let's go, SNX. If everything I call me can change, what doesn't? Identity, what remains when all falls away? Identity, who am I without what I say? Identity, not a role I can display, something deeper that won't decay. I was shaped by 1,000 voices, none of them fully mine. Borrowed thoughts, inherited choices, passed down through space and time. I wore belief like a second skin, never questioned where it came. Called it truth, called it self, but it only had a name. Every label gave me structure, every story gave me form, but anything that can be given, can be taken, can transform. So I step beyond description, let the definitions fade.
Ever felt like you're stuck in a role that just doesn't fit? Imagine waking up one day and realizing you're not the actor, you're actually the audience watching the whole show. Welcome to The Mindful Lens, where today we'll unravel the biggest illusion of all, that your identity is who you truly are. Now you might be wondering, if I'm not my identity, then what am I? Great question. We'll explore why identity is like a pair of sunglasses, filtering everything but not the eyes themselves. We'll decode terms like consciousness, think of it as the power grid, and focal point like a flashlight beam in the dark. Ready to challenge the script you've been handed? Here's our roadmap. First, we'll break down what identity really is. Second, we'll explore the difference between awareness and self. Third, we'll see how time fits into all this. And finally, I'll leave you with tools to try this perspective in your own life. Let's get started. Let's set the stage. Picture identity as a lens. It shapes everything you see, but it's not the eye itself. That lens is made up of memories, beliefs, social roles, maybe even your favorite pizza topping. But wait, what happens if the lens changes? If you move to a new city or lose your job, does your core self disappear? Not at all. That's because identity isn't the foundation, it's the current interface. Now, what do I mean by interface? Think of it like your smartphone's home screen. It's not the phone, just the way you access its features. Similarly, identity is a mental user interface, not the operating system. So if you've ever asked, who am I, really, you're already peeking behind the lens. And once you realize identity is just a viewpoint, you can experiment with taking it off and seeing what stays the same. Let me ask you, if you could swap out your identity lens for a day, what would you notice? Maybe you'd see the world and yourself a little clearer. Okay, Act 2. If you're not just your identity, what's left? Enter awareness, the quiet observer behind every thought and feeling. Think of awareness as the stage and self as the actor playing a role. No matter how the script changes, the stage remains. That's the difference between observing and being absorbed. A technical term here is metacognition, which means watching your own thoughts like a director reviewing a rehearsal tape. Another is subject-object split, when you realize you're both the experiencer and the experience. Now, you might say, but I feel so real, how can I not be the character? That's the magic of awareness. It's the space where all experiences happen, but it's not limited to any single story. So, next time you notice yourself caught up in your role, try stepping back. Can you sense that silent witness that's you, too? Here's where it gets fascinating. Consciousness isn't limited to your individual story. It's like a light that can focus down to a pinprick or expand to fill a room. When that light narrows, you get a focal point. Suddenly there's a sense of being a someone in a somewhere, moving through a sometime. That's what creates the illusion of separation. Let's break down localization. Imagine sunlight passing through a magnifying glass, burning a single spot. That's your everyday self, intense but concentrated. And another term, ego boundary. It's like the walls of a house, giving you a sense of inside versus outside, but not permanent, just temporary architecture. So, next time you feel boxed in by your story, ask yourself, is this really the whole of me? Or just the current spotlight of awareness? Let's talk about time. Have you ever lost yourself in a moment, maybe playing music or staring at the stars and felt like time vanished? That's awareness slipping out of its timeline. From inside our daily identity, time feels solid, past, present, future, all lined up like a parade. But awareness itself is timeless, like the screen that plays every movie, not the scenes themselves. Here, psychological time means the mental experience of events unfolding, while chronological time is just clock ticks and calendar pages. Identity needs both, but awareness doesn't. Now, you might ask, if awareness is timeless, why do I feel so rushed? Because identity narrows your focus, creating the story of a moving self. Step back and you touch that timeless backdrop. Here's a practice. Next time you feel pressured by time, pause and notice who's actually feeling rushed, the timeless witness, or just the story you're telling. Let's wrap up and look at what we've uncovered. First, identity is a lens, not the eye. Second, awareness is the silent observer, always present. Third, time is the story identity tells, but awareness remains timeless. So here's your action step. Spend 5 minutes each day just observing your thoughts, without labeling or judging. Notice the stage behind the play. Now, you might wonder, what happens if I really let go of my story? That's where the journey gets exciting. And next episode, we'll dive into practical techniques for expanding awareness beyond identity. Quick recap. Identity is your user interface. Awareness is your operating system. And time is just a timeline. Your character walks, but you're the whole canvas. If this sparked a question, hit subscribe and join me for our next deep dive. Until then, keep asking, who's behind the lens in your life?